This is a battle in round 4 of the blue tournament, Ziggomatic of the SITH clan against ulda of the wolf clan, Massagetae versus Armenia, so Massagetae versus Armenia. It's Bitva u Citadela vi Bamu, maybe. So the battle of Bam Citadel. And if Massagetae starts on the wrong side of this map, it's going to be a horrible time for... Oh yeah, they do. GG. If Massagetae pulls this one off, it's going to be amazing. Armenia has the terrain advantage. A bunch of 4 noble horse archers, 2 noble blood cavalry, Persian hoplites, and a bunch of foot skirmishers. Massagetae being very aggressive in moving up on this hill because Armenia sort of made a mistake in moving up here instead of just staying on the ridge, basically giving Massagetae the advantage to make a push on the left side of Armenia. And like I've said before, this is a very unbalanced map, but the only way an opponent is going to be able to negate the terrain advantage the player that starts uphill is going to have is if the player makes a mistake, moves down here or moves over here. Then he opens up his flank to being outflanked, basically. Noble horse archers chasing away some steppe horse archers here. This is not a good engagement for noble horse archers. They're getting fired upon from every side, but I guess this is just to push away Massagetae. But the Saka noble armored lancers are going to be able to catch the noble horse archers and do a lot of damage to them, while the rest of the Armenian army is moving up the hill. I don't know why you would ever move in this direction on this map. It's a cardinal mistake. So Massagetae being able to... This is a hot map, so it's going to fatigue units quickly. Massagetae being able to rest its units now. And you can see that these guys are already winded. So this is what I'm talking about with running uphill on a hot map. It's just going to fatigue units so quickly. And these noble horse archers, they are expensive units, and they are being wasted, not really being able to do much. So now there is an opening for Massagetae to... Massagetae will still be fighting uphill here, but there is an opening for flanking on the left side of Armenia. These Persian hoplites are not going to be able to hold well. The noble horse archers are not getting the kills they need to be cost effective at this point. They're getting outgunned by these very cheap steppe horse archers. And noble horse archers are slow, so they are not good at baiting fire. Heavy shot from these steppe horse archers is going to do a lot of damage to the noble horse archers, while these guys are going to be able to kite very effectively against the noble horse archers. So the noble horse archers are losing that engagement. Sending the noble horse archers out like this, alone, unsupported, I don't really understand the thought process behind doing that. 2 noble horse archers off the field, not really getting anything done. They are great units, but unsupported like this, they are not going to be able to do much. And I think they are a questionable choice against Massagetae, because Massagetae is going to have the advantage in terms of numbers. And these very slow noble horse archers are... It's going to be fairly easy to catch them. And although they are decent enough in melee, they can't really stand up to shock cavalry or melee cavalry. When they are charged, they don't have, although they have good melee attack and decent weapon damage, they don't have a bonus versus large, and that bonus versus large is so important for it's so important in cavalry engagements. We also have eastern slingers, but there isn't enough cavalry on the field for Armenia to protect its slingers. Massagetae is going to one unit of shock cavalry getting into these slingers, and Armenia is basically done. The Persian hoplites have phalanx now, they don't have square, So they are slightly less able against cavalry than they were. Noble Blood Cavalry doing a very nice job here in getting into the steppe horse archers. And if I was to play Armenia against Massagetae, I would probably have brought a lot of Noble Blood Cavalry. Their 15 bonus against large is devastating against in prolonged engagements, even against units like Saka Cataphracts, because a bonus versus cavalry will both increase melee attack and damage, and the bonus damage is guaranteed. So even the armor of these Saka Cataphracts isn't going to help them against the Noble Blood Cavalry. So something like 6 Noble Blood Cavalry would probably be a good idea for Armenia. These Noble Horse Archers are getting some kills now, but they're not really getting high value kills. Able to charge into the Steppe Horse Archers, which is nicely done. They will wreck Steppe Horse Archers. But the Steppe Horse Archers are so cheap. And they've gotten quite a few high value kills on these Noble Horse Archers. The Noble Horse Archers are starting to pay for themselves, but they aren't close to being cost effective yet. You do not want to send your Noble Horse Archers out alone like this, because they are so easy to catch. This unit is going to be dead if it's caught by this Steppe Noble Lancer. The Steppe Noble Lancer is very tired. The Noble Horse Archers are winded, so the resistance to fatigue on this map is starting to become a factor for these Noble Horse Archers. But we'll just see if the Steppe Noble Lancers are able to get in and destroy them. They're going to turn around and go for this unit of Noble Horse Archers instead, and this unit of Noble Horse Archers is dead, while this unit of Noble Horse Archers is able to get into the Armored Horse Archers. But I mean, 108 kills, not bad, but considering which units the kills were on, not a cost-effective engagement for the Noble Horse Archers. And now Armenia moving down the hill, which is going to allow Massagetae to outflank Armenia. Armenia doesn't have the cavalry to stop the flanking maneuvers of Massagetae here. Steppe Noble Lancers are probably going to be able to make it into the Noble Horse Archers. And that's another unit of Noble Horse Archers dead. I think it's just going to be a matter of time before one of these cavalry units gets into the slingers. The slingers haven't done anything yet, and now it's going to be a nightmare situation for Armenia, where Armenia is probably just going to get surrounded and die under the YOLO charge of Massagetae. We'll see. Massagetae still can lose this, but has made some very nice decisions in terms of army placement and the engagements it has taken, while the opposite is true for Armenia. Armenia wasted very expensive Noble Horse Archers and didn't really get much in return for it. And these Noble Spears, the Noble Spears can do reasonably well against cavalry, but they don't have cavalry counter tactics, and they have good morale, good armor, not great melee defense, but if Armenia keeps moving like this, it's going to find itself in a situation where it's rear charged, downhill charged by very dangerous shock cavalry. And again, splitting up, basically asking to lose its skirmishers. Noble Blood charging into the Saka Cataphracts, they're going to lose so badly. Slingers getting some shots off, but then this one cheeky cavalry unit gets into the slingers, and that's it for the slingers. It can just continue into these slingers here, but it's not going to. Noble Blood getting destroyed, Noble Spearmen getting some kills here, but they're going to get downhill charged and absolutely wrecked. It's not a good time to be a Noble Spearman when you're getting wrecked like this. And I don't really understand the thought process from Armenia in taking these engagements. I mean, it's just textbook giving every advantage you have away to a nomad player, allowing the nomads to rush in and take care of you piecemeal. So Draco is activated, which is going to reduce the bonus versus large on the Persian Hoplites, and this is a GG. It's just a matter of Massagetae to finish up the unprotected slingers and then cycle charge the Persian Hoplites into oblivion. Noble Spears holding out, but they're not going to be able to do that for long against all of these Massagetae units cycle charging them. And yeah, this is a GG. Massagetae able to do very well there, defeating Ziggomatic's Armenia. Significant mistakes made by Armenia on this map, and also in terms of army composition. I think the noble horse archers against Massagetae, when Massagetae can just spam horse archers much cheaper. I mean, maybe what I would have liked to see was some. I mean, Armenia is slightly gimped because they can only bring 6 spear units, but I think even Hillman and Noble Blood could be very nice for Armenia in this matchup. Hillman for the javelins, charge baiting and so on, and sure, keep in the Persian hoplites, but having 2 lines of infantry instead of just 1, super useful against nomad factions, and especially if you have a line of infantry able to throw javelins. So it's a tie now between Ulda and Ziggomatic. We'll see which of the players is able to finish up the series in the 3rd battle. Strength and honor.